Liberty Sovereign back on our Zion 15 here. We're going to alternate a few steel, dirt, just so you can kind of hear the difference here. Welcome back to 13C, everyone. Today, the Zion 15 from IWI. If you've been following us on social media, you've seen us post on this for about the past 8, almost coming up on 9 weeks since we got this in from IWI. Various accuracy testing, reliability testing, magazine compatibility, stuff like that. So we're going to get into all of that here now. We'll roll footage in where appropriate and everything else. Let's get started right up here in the front with the barrel. It is a 16-inch barrel, 6 right-hand grooves, 1 8 twist, 4150 chrome molybdenum barrel with a black nitride outside and a salt bath finish inside. The profile is listed as a heavy barrel profile. It looks and appears to be a perfect SOCOM profile to me, which is nice. Holds some excellent accuracy. We'll get into that in a little bit. It's held into place here by a free-floated 15-inch M-LOK handguard, and the barrel nut on here is stainless steel. On the end we have a standard birdcage flash hider on the end with a crush washer. It was timed properly when I got it. Took it off. We shot this suppressed on and off a bunch. We're going to continue to do so as we continue running that Liberty Constitution from Liberty suppressors. It's rated as a severe duty use 5.56 can, and we've been putting as many rounds as we can through it whenever we get the opportunity. So this did run with 0 issues suppressed, which was nice. Following it on back here to the upper and lower receiver, they are 7075 T6 aluminum, and the fit and finish on here is exceptionally well. We'll show you right there. It matches up very nicely, so it's a nice fit as well. There's no slop or play between the upper and lower. Part of it is due to the fit and finish, as well as there is a tensioning screw in here for upper and lower fit. So it does not move around, and like I said, there's no slop or play in it, which is really nice. Your charging handle is a standard M16 style charging handle right here, and the bolt has IWI markings on there. The bolt is 9310 steel. It's MPI tested as well. The gas carrier on here is properly staked. Speaking of staking, the castle nut is properly staked on the back here as well. Trigger is listed on their website and in the book as a mil-spec trigger. I would say it is a mil-spec trigger, but it is a nice crisp mil-spec trigger, so it reminds me of a if you're familiar with the enhanced mil-spec triggers that are some of those that are out there, that's what it kind of reminds me of. There's not a whole lot of take up, there's not really a lot of creep. It's a nice crisp break, and for a mil-spec trigger, it is a very nice trigger. Obviously we're saying mil-spec and it's not a match or, you know, 2-stage or anything like that. But for mil-spec trigger, I dig the trigger in here, and it did allow me to shoot 1 MOA groups, 1-inch groups, 5-round groups, consistently with 77 grain Federal OTM ammunition. And then I had 1 or 2 groupings that were sub MOA. We'll put a couple pictures of those up. Those sub MOA groups were on my best days, so I try not to cherry pick. So I think we're going to call this and go with this on pretty much any given day, a 1-inch rifle at 100 yards, which is really nice to see. Overall weight on this comes in at 6.5 pounds from the factory. The backup iron sights that I have on here, this little pick rail, and the obviously the optic on here are all things that I added on. It does not come with any sights. It does come with a QD adapter for your sling in the box, as well as some little you know, owner's manual and whatnot. MSRP on this comes in at $899. Street price, I've seen this for as low right now is about 820 bucks. We've shared one of those, some of those on our social media where they've come in a little lower price. Right now there's a high demand for firearms out there on the market. We've seen 8.3 million gun sales already this year, just in the past couple of months. We're on track for this to be the highest selling NICS check record of NICS checks ever on record for any given year, which is excellent to see. I love people going out there and buying new firearms. It looks like about 60% of those purchases are being made by first-time buyers. The majority of those actually seem to probably be women, which is another excellent thing. So if you're having a hard time locating any of them, you know, we'll do our best to keep you up to date. Sign up for our newsletter if you're interested. We only send out the newsletter about once a month, sometimes only once every 2 months, so we won't spam you out. Go ahead and check that out. We also do giveaways from time to time on there as well that go through the newsletter, because we have people who follow us, be it YouTube, Gun Streamer, Full 30, Facebook, Instagram, MeWe, YouDo, Parlor is one of the latest ones. We're trying to stay up to date on all those, but the one way at least everybody can get in on those giveaways, everybody has an email address, so that's the easiest way. Again, promise not to spam you out if you want to sign up for those. Your best way to support the channel is just to like, share, subscribe to our content. That's it. You'll see something you like, give it a like. Doesn't cost you anything and helps us to beat some of the algorithm issues that we're being shadow banned with, both here on YouTube as well as on Facebook and Instagram especially. So sharing any of these post content that you find of value, we really appreciate that as well. Moving on down to the end here, the furniture on here, the stock and pistol grip are from B5 Systems. I was familiar with this stock moving into it. It's got a nice area on each side for a cheek rest, and that also houses the two battery compartments, if you want to call that. They're perfectly sized here to hold CR123 batteries or anything in about that diameter. And then lengthwise it goes back a decent ways as well. So you can get creative with stuff if you want to stick it in there. They make little oil bottles and stuff that are that size. You can put in there as well if you're into that sort of thing. So I like the stock, and I think I've commented on B5 System stock before. It's a well-designed stock. The grip I was not familiar with. I've never used this grip from them before. It's got really aggressive texturing on the sides and on the front strap. On the back, it's smooth. Allows you to get a really good grip on the pistol grip here itself. Really solid grip. And I would assume even with, you know, we haven't done any severe environments or anything with this yet, but it feels like you're not going to lose your grip on this thing. It's nice and textured well. So good job on that. There is no battery compartment in the bottom of this. It is hollow, but again, with the compartments in the stock, you probably don't need the extra storage space down below. Weight wise, 6.5 pounds. I don't know if I mentioned that before. From the factory, 6.5 pounds, and it does come with one 30-round Gen 3 PMag. If you live in a less free state, I don't know exactly what magazine you're going to get instead of that. I think I mentioned earlier we did some magazine compatibility testing. We used everything from obviously Gen 1, 2, 3 PMags, hex mags, Gen 1 and 2 hex mags. We used some Lancers, the Troy Battle Mag, and Mission First Tactical. Their Mission First Tactical Extreme. They're regular magazines, and then they're extreme duty magazines. So both, I don't know if they're technically Gen 1 or 2 or what the designation is there, but both of those Mission First Tactical mags work in here perfectly. So good to see there all the magazines we put in here. And then obviously we used some USGI mags in here. I think we used the D&H 30-round aluminum mags in here. Didn't have any issues with those either. Overall, I think IWI hit it out of the park. They're going to sell a lot of these at this price point. $8.99 MSRP. Street price right now is $8.25. I would assume once things settle down, they'll probably knock another $20-ish off of the price point once the panic buying dies down. Gun sales right now are literally at an all-time record high and have been for a couple of months. 2020 is looking like it will be a record-setting year for gun sales. So if you're having a hard time finding this or any others, don't overpay. You know, wait it, you know, unless you don't have a choice and it's going to be your first rifle that you're buying and you need a rifle, well, then you're going to have to do what you've got to do. But as far as if you're looking to get an extra one or whatever, maybe wait just a little bit till some of the prices level out, or at least till something comes in at a reasonable price point you can pick up. Don't get caught up in any of the price gouging or anything else. We've been sharing links when we can to some of the good deals. You've seen very few from us lately because we're only posting the good deals, or at least reasonable deals. Just because it's back in stock doesn't necessarily mean we're going to post it up that it's back in stock somewhere. But in any event, we're we're doing the best we can when we do see those deals to get out there to you. We do. So much for joining us out here today. We really appreciate your support. The best way that you can support us, just like, comment, share on any of the content that you see, no matter where it is. It's the best way to beat some of the algorithms, be it on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, wherever it is. Please follow us on the non-mainstream locations, places like Parler, MeWe, Udo, stuff like that, and we'll put some of those links down below. We'll update some of those. You know, the larger platforms, they are out here just censoring, shadow banning, doing everything that they can to kind of shut us down, and it's only a matter of time before we are. So if you could support some of those other smaller platforms as they're rising up, it'll be a great way to hopefully one of those will catch on, and we will build a good freedom-loving platform that doesn't have the kind of censorship that we see from the big names that we're encountering right now. We've got some channel shirts, 1776 United. I'm actually wearing one of my favorite 1776 shirts right here. We got a discount code, save you 15% on anything from them, so thank you for that. We've got links down below to all the different sites that extend subscriber discount codes to our subscribers, including Optics Planet. Stick around, subscribe for the video on this 5X Prism here from Burris. Lifetime warranty. I'm digging what I'm seeing so far. On the highest brightness setting, this thing is insanely bright, so I'm not, one of the big things that I look for something like this is that it's not going to wash out in bright light. So I've got a lot more to say about it, but there'll be a standalone video on this in a couple of weeks, so stick around for that if you're interested. Anyway, thank you again for all your support. We appreciate it. We've got a Patreon if you want to help support us that way, since we've been removed from the YouTube partnership program. So check out our Patreon if you're interested in that. And we also have a swag shop where you can get unique patches and stuff that you won't find anywhere else. So thanks again, everyone. Take care. Have a wonderful, awesome Independence Day. And, you know, stay safe, but more importantly, stay free. We're going to have a lot more on the Zion 15 coming up next when we do this Burris AR-536. This is a 5X Prism sight. I know I didn't get much into it in the video here. I don't think I did. But anyway, pretty cool optic. We're going to have a standalone video on this in a couple of weeks, so go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, and have a great weekend.